so much for letting us present tonight. We're from Marshall Elementary, and our design challenge is how can we create a collaborative school culture built on trust to support 21st century student outcomes. So last year, we were lucky enough to get the innovation grant, and we focused on our design challenge was how we will create a 21st century learning experience for all of our students with 20th century pedagogy and resources. So this year, we were going to continue a similar design, but last year we focused on the upper grades. We're going to do it school-wide, but during our discovery phase, we found some barriers. I'm going to hand it over to a couple of my colleagues here, Ms. Rosa Aleman.
Hola, buenas tardes. I just want to say that I'm going to introduce you to Scarlett. Scarlett is a first grade student. She's a first generation Latina. She's an English language learner. She has a difficult family situation, and she has been labeled underperforming in our traditional school system. So I hope by this presentation, at the end of this presentation, you're going to understand what do we need to do to help Scarlett and all of the students that, like her, are in our school at Marshall Elementary.
And we'd also like to introduce Christopher now. I don't know if any of you got a chance to see this little creation. This young man made this desk. He is a 5th grader at our school, and he's had a history of kind of struggling with the traditional teaching and learning environment. And this year his teacher asked him to build something or make something that might make his situation a little easier, a little more viable for him as a student. So he sat and designed this desk himself. You might have watched that little video of the interview of him talking about it. And so what we'd like to do is introduce him, go through our process, and then talk about these young people again at the end of the presentation.
So as Peter mentioned, we initially came back trying to build on last year's work that they had done, but we realized within our first discussion that there were some barriers that were stopping Marshall from moving forward with that idea. So we came with a challenge, and we gave out online surveys to the rest of the staff to get a little bit more surface level reading of what they felt some of these barriers were that would push us forward. We then took those results and found key themes that we decided as a team that we needed to dig deeper in, and that propelled us to conduct personal interviews within our staff. So amongst the team, we decided to go and interview staff members throughout Marshall and gain some insight to what they felt some of these barriers were. We analyzed and we found some common themes, and what we discovered were that some teachers feel disconnected from colleagues. Some even mentioned, I feel isolated from most of the teachers based on barriers within how Marshall is designed within first level or second level. Another key insight that we had was that Marshall lacks common vision of 21st century student outcomes. We keep saying that all the time, that keeps promoted to us in PDs, but somebody said, we talk about 21st century skills, but I have no idea what those are or how to teach them. After these interviews, we also found out that Marshall staff lacking in relational trust and collegiality, saying that I feel attacked at times. Some teachers get blamed for why they don't have the skills to be successful in upper grades, and upper grade teachers don't know what needs to be taught in first or kinder to help them out, their students help out. And another key insight we got was Marshall staff wants to collaborate with colleagues, but do not have the time, space, or purpose to do all this collaboration. We took these findings and we came up with some possible solutions that we felt might address these barriers. And we created some prototypes, which we then posted up in our staff lounge. So we allowed the staff to come in and give us feedback on how these prototypes will work and they think would address these barriers. We took those feedback forms, the post-its and everything, you may have seen some in the gallery walk, and we refined our prototypes and solutions to where now Renee will let you know about.
So the solution part of our discovery phase was almost broken down into 2 parts. The solution addressing 1, the physical space, 2, the teamwork and team building and collaboration going in our school, and then collaboration amongst teachers and school-wide. So this, as you can see, is our current state of the Marshall staff and workroom. There's no clear division between what is a workspace and what is a space where teachers can go relax, recharge, and unwind. Teachers often felt that it was unwelcoming, it was uninviting, there was no clear area of where they could collaborate in order to then address what we're working towards in our solution to try to build that 21st century learning environment. As you can see, this area is very underutilized. The storage solutions are not very effective. This is also a picture of our supply room that is very disorganized, also being underused. And what we're hoping to present to our staff is a place where they can relax, unwind, and hold these conversations where we will be able to come up with more collaborative approaches to reach our students and equip them with the skills that they need moving forward in our 21st century learning. These spaces are just more clear cut with storage solutions, labeling, designation of space, explicit work areas. This is just another vision of how we might utilize that space in order to reach our Vision 2025 for our staff and our students. This is also another image of some more storage solutions that we would like to implement at our school. The second area, or the second solution that we wanted to address was collaboration amongst our school. The design of our school is broken up into 2 levels, and those 2 levels often don't interact with each other because of the way the school is laid out. We currently have grade level collaboration times that are already implemented in our schedules, but what we are hoping to do is implement more school-wide activities that will allow us to model a collaborative work environment. The last solution that we came up with was having a Marshall staff retreat that would allow us to build trust and collegiality amongst our staff, where we could also recraft and reimagine our 21st century vision for our students and plan those activities in grade project-based activities.
So in order to move these solutions along, our implementation plan is the following. First thing we want to do is transform this physical school environment. Next slide, please. And she didn't mention before, but these were the little the floor plans that an architect who's a dad at our school put together. We want to finalize a plan for that by getting some more input and from the staff. And once we've done that, we're going to start cleaning out the area as you saw that was all cluttered, and there's a lot of books in there. Get those out to the classrooms where the kids can use them, and then start buying furniture and materials so we can make it that comfortable environment that we think will promote a lot more productive work and collaboration amongst our teachers. You're going to put probably try to get the teachers together for 2 or 3 work days on a Saturday perhaps. Pay for it with some extended hours, and that'll be an opportunity to do some team building as well. We also want to start doing some of the cross grade level activities, like put together a publishing fair, math science days, continue some of the STEM and project-based activities that we've been implementing on a more small scale now, but more school-wide. As we continue, and then finally get this retreat together by securing a venue and an outside facilitator that we think will help us to build community and trust, and possibly help us out with develop some of that curriculum that's going to be necessary for 21st century learning, and then do some follow-up professional development later on in the school year to make sure we're on track.
Thank you. Of course, we got to pay for all this, and that's why we're here. Besides the wonderful ideas, we're going to go real quick. So we're looking at the staff lounge, all working areas. We only have 3 places in the whole school that staff have for themselves. So we're looking at about $7,000 there, and that's for extended hours, furniture, appliances, design supplies. Staff retreat, after doing much research, I think $8,000 for a 2-night retreat that is done professionally. That's something else that came up. Teachers are not feeling they're being treated professionally. Then project-based materials and extended hours, about $2,500. Altogether, we're asking for $17,500. Also, we'll be asking Mr. Myung Lee. We would love to have a sink in our staff room. So that's something else, because we need a sink. The only sink they have is in the bathroom, and it's kind of gross. And so we're going to end right now with Scarlett and Christopher. We'll wrap it all up.
Okay, going back to Scarlett, in order for Scarlett to experience and to navigate the real world, in order for Scarlett to be bilingual, to have the confidence and ability to address herself, to master the core knowledge, to have a sense of purpose, and to develop a strong interpersonal skill. We really think that it's very crucial that teacher trust and collaboration are right there. You cannot do anything behind closed doors. You cannot command teachers collaborate. This is not the way that we do it. So on the core of all of these goals are teacher trust and collaboration. And without that, nothing can be done.
Right, and the last thing I'd like to point out is that Scarlett's a first grader. And we saw her light bulb go off in the first grade, probably because of some of the things that we're starting to implement. Unfortunately, we weren't able to reach Christopher till he got to the 5th grade. So what our aim is to take these new ways of teaching and learning and reach these children early on in their careers.
We're going to finish our last thing, and we're done. What we strive for our outcome is to have Marshall be a community that represents this right now. You guys can read it yourself. So thank you so much. This is a wonderful team right here.